And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the semi-finals, the semi-finales here of the Sparkling Tuna Cup number 116. Oh boy, we have a reigning champion up against, I would say, one of the favorites for the entire tournament. Let us get into it. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Ruby Rock, we have the current reigning Tuna Cup champion from 115, the Polish Protoss player, the Blue Protoss for Offside Esports. It is Krystianer. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Protoss player. We have the red Protoss himself representing Team Liquid. It is SKillous. Nikita. Here we go. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we get into our PvP. Let's go. Let us go. Again, as we have our PvP, and we're expecting some aggression, especially aggression in the mid game, I would say. That's typically where Krystianer does thrive. We will get into it, as welcome to Ruby Rock. Now, when it comes to these maps, a lot of them are a little bit less impactful when it comes to mirror matchups. Something important about PvP is whenever we have a ramp coming into the natural, but it's not the case on Ruby Rock. So, coming into this, probes are being sent out across the map, and we'll keep an eye on our workers to see if we do commit into a proxy, if we do double down and be hyper aggressive. SKillous does veer off towards bottom left, does hide his probe. Krystianer coming in for the probe scout. Meanwhile, shout out to the tuna. Shout out to the tuna. 5k on the Polish tuna. On Krystianer, baby. True. Krystianer, I believe he has won the most amount of tuna cups out of any other player out there. True. I believe he has the most tunas under his belt. So historically, that's going his way, but at the same time, SKillous has been on fire as of late. You've been watching SKillous over the past couple of weeks. SKillous has been looking insanely powerful. We saw him in the monthly for Tuna Cup, the November edition, if you recall. Also in a lot of open cups. SKillous has been a beast. But Krystianer is a tuna, so they're both animals. Happy for now. Fake proxy. So fake pylon out of SKillous. Meanwhile, Krystianer, he's scouting. He knows that a pylon is missing. He knows something is wrong. And Krystianer, he will not scout the pylon. He's checking as diligently as possible with 2 probes out on the map. But he will miss the pylon. He will miss the fake proxy. As a result, it's forcing a more defensive setup here. We have double Stalker on the way from Krystianer, getting into quad Stalker. And again, does have an extra probe that is scouting, that is not mining. So a more inefficient start out of Krystianer. SKillous, he's checking to see if he did force an all in. No additional production. As Krystianer is expanding. And SKillous should confirm. And he does. There we go. SKillous, he confirms the expansion. He knows that there's no one base all in as a reaction. Shield battery is not yet on the way, but we have plenty of sentries. Plenty of force fields. Again, the pressure's on Krystianer. He throws down a proxy pylon. Let's go. Throws down the pylon. Still rallying across the map. He wants that sentry. He wants the sentry. And gets a shield battery. Not bad. Nice control. Pulls away the weakened Stalker. Gets one. And one sentry goes down. Gets a sentry. Gets another shield battery. We should be seeing more warp-ins. Oh, but he will lose one. Bit of miscontrol there by Krystianer. He'll lose one Stalker. He has to get the hell out of here. He has to pull away. He has to wait for reinforcements. And pylon has been scouted. And without a defensive shield battery here, the boys, they have to be pulled. Nice force field. Zones away the army. Picks up one of the Stalkers. He ends up trading. Another force field locks him down. And boys are falling. Shield battery is almost ready. Gasito. Oh my god, gets another Stalker. Another Stalker goes down. We have the slow warp-ins on the way. Krystianer is so close to breaking SKillous. So close. SKillous out of range of the shield battery. Ooh, we'll lose another. Down to 2 Stalkers. Uh-oh. Yeah, 2 Stalkers left. We'll bring in one more. Locks down one of the Stalkers. Down to 1. Down to 1 Stalker. Krystianer's done it. At this point, Krystianer, he has done it. We have the Immortal on the way. It just began. The army waddles up the ramp. Goes to the Artosis pylon. Depowers everything. Everything gets depowered. No. GG gets called, and Krystianer, he overwhelms. He takes the lead in the series. GG. Ay. GG, well played. Hyper aggression here by Krystianer. He barely was able to punish SKillous, just barely. It was so crucial that he denied the first shield battery. It was a snowball out of control there. You saw that twice denied the first shield battery, denied the second shield battery, caught the first sentry, caught another stalker as well, able to break that natural just in time. We saw that SKillous was skipping some warp ins, by the way. He was skipping some warp ins. Why was that happening? Because SKillous was working on the Robo, working on the Immortal, and technically SKillous had the better economy, he had more mining, he had better tech. If he was able to buy enough time for the Immortal, then he would maintain his position. He would be able to take a lead and get further ahead from there, but he was gambling a little bit by waiting for the Immortal. So there was a window in time where Krystianer could try to break SKillous before the Immortal pops out, and then it was so crucial that he was able to retain his army and snipe those stalkers one after the other. GG, well played. Krystianer, he was on a timer and he got there in time. He was able to break SKillous in time, and GG, well played. With that, we are now getting into game number 2, and we'll see if we go to the ace match or if it all ends here and now. Let's go. Let us go. As spawning in the bottom hand corner of the Old Republic, we have the Polish Protoss player leading the series 1-0, representing Offside Esports. It is Krystianer. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the red Protoss player for Team Liquid. It is SKillous. Here we go. Getting into our PvP. There we go. We're getting into our next game, getting into game number 2 here on the Old Republic. A much larger map, true, much larger map, a longer rush distance by ground, and we'll see if our players do commit into anything more committed here. SKillous' time does go for the probe scouts. This time there's no fake proxy. Okay. There's no fake or real proxy pylon here by SKillous. Just checks in on Krystianer. Krystianer likewise, he moves out across the map. Yep, he's rallied to the natural. Everything's looking normal. Everything's looking as it should. Oh, okay, and we have our take of choice here. So we're going for a delayed expansion. Krystianer going for a Stargate opener. Okay, you have my intention. At the same time, does open up double adept, so he's going for double adept, most likely into quadruple adept into Oracle harass. So hyper harassment here, hyper aggression out of Krystianer. This is not an all-in, but this is built to deal economic damage. Meanwhile, SKillous being greedy, going for the faster nexus. So faster nexus going for a delayed tech himself, going for a sentry expand. So very greedy build here by SKillous. What did SKillous do? SKillous canceled his second unit. He canceled the second unit here, going for a single sentry into a hallucination, into a faster expansion. So late tech, late second gateway unit here, late army out of SKillous. Now the pylon does block the expansion. This will delay Krystianer. It also scouts the adepts. True. So SKillous, he's somewhat aware of what's coming his way. Here comes hallucination. You can see that Krystianer, he's hiding his follow-up adepts. There we go, adepts are moving out. Base has been thrown down, and the hallucination will scout all 4 adepts. So nice scouting here by SKillous. Confirms the adepts, and he confirms the Oracle. He sees everything. And back at him, he's getting ready. We have a shield battery here at the natural. We have a battery in the way in the main. Stalkers, they move out to intercept. SKillous going for all the correct moves. That does intercept. Get some hull damage on the first adept. Shade is cancelled. And so far, SKillous is getting away with his greedier build. So far, so good. As you can see, his base is already getting saturated. Meanwhile, Krystianer, his base is not even, it's not even done. It's not even done here. That's how far ahead SKillous is because of the openers. Now we have a second Oracle. Again, Krystianer is very committed. Like, Krystianer, he has to get some damage done. Otherwise, he will play from behind, and he will stay behind. So he's banking up his Oracles. He's shading in. Commits into natural. The Oracles are going for the dive as well, going for the economy. Okay. He does go straight for the economy. Probes are being focused down one after the other, losing up to 8, 9 probe kills. And 9 probes go down, not bad. And the Oracles, they get away. They dip into the main. They keep one-shooting probes. Oh, Skills out of position. Oh no! Completely out of position. The Stalkers are late to react. Skillous, por favor. Este Nikita. Oh, yeah, a little bit indecisive here. Skillous, he's all in. He's all in. He's moving everything across the map. 15 probes go down, lost mine time as well, and Skillous, he commits. Now, on the one hand, Skillous did lose a massive chunk of his army, massive chunk of his economy, but Krystianer lost his army. Remember, Krystianer, his army count, his stalker count is low because he warped in adepts early on, and he just lost them. He just lost the adepts, so his army here is minuscule in comparison to Skillous. Skillous, can he break through? So the sentries, as time goes on, we have extra warp-ins. Krystianer, he does have the, does have that economic lead. Stasis trap is thrown down. Skillous going for the shield battery, not bad. Does bring down the battery. Gets one, gets both, even baits out the stasis trap. Nice moves there by Skillous. And you can see Krystianer, he's in trouble. He's being zoned away. He's being zoned back. Losing a pylon. Getting bullied into his base, losing a stalker as well. Better trades here, better control out of Skillous. Going for another stasis. Still reinforcing, still has that stalker lead, but now we have the defender's advantage. Oof. And Krystianer holds. Yeah, and Krystianer, he does hold on. Picks up the stalkers one after the other. Did lose 2 probes, but Krystianer still maintains a greater economy, still maintains a greater probe count. Krystianer survives, and he still has a lead. That was close, though. That was close. That was intense. Uh-oh. And do you see what I see? Skillous expanding, and Krystianer not. Krystianer is going for the proxy back at home. What do we have? We have 4 gates back at home. We're getting a proxy 5th gateway across the map. Meanwhile, we have a 2-gate setup. Oh no, Skillous. He has no production. He has no production because of why? Because he's expanding. Skillous is building up into the mid game, and Krystianer is going for a 2-base all in. 2-base all in. I believe it's going to be 2-base, 6 gateways in total. He has 5 so far. Just 2-base, 5-gate even. And the goal here for Krystianer is just to kill Skillous and to catch him with his pants down. The pants are down right now. There's no production. The pants are down. Yeah, the Stalkers have arrived, diving on the army. Blink is done for both players, diving on the Stalkers. That's 3 Stalkers going down, 4 Stalkers going down, and Krystianer, he has done it. He has done it. He has broken the back of Skillous. Skillous was expanding. GG gets caught, and Krystianer with the 2-base all in catches Skillous with his pants down and will claim the series at 2-0. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations here to Krystianer as he will claim the series against Skillous. A little bit too greedy there in the response, but not just that, even before that he sustained so much damage. He scattered what was coming his way. He saw the oracles, he saw the adepts, but he still could not maintain his economy. He lost 14 probes. That was critical damage, and there was so much pressure on him, and I was very impressed with Skillous' counterattack. When he moved that across the map, he did well. He was picking off stalkers, picking off shield batteries, picking off pylons. Like, he was out controlling Krystianer in that moment when he was attacking. That was great and all, but it was not enough damage. He was still down in economy. That's why he felt pressure to expand, whereas Krystianer just went for the all-in. He just went for the all-in, went for the kill. GG. Whew. GG, well played with that. Congratulations, Krystianer. He'll advance into the grand finals, and we have our other upper semis ready for us. Let's go. Do you need a moment to set things up? As we head on over to the Korean server. Here we go. Exclamation mark, be in the chat to have a look at it yourselves. Again, the upper semis is now ready for us, and they've been patiently waiting this entire time. Oh, it is going to be a rematch. TVT between Bjorn and Percival. Let's go. We have that rematch. Again, as a reminder, last week, Percival did defeat Bjorn 2-1. Like, Percival did defeat Bjorn. Bjorn, he was knocked out in the semifinals. And now Bjorn has his chance at revenge. If you remember, at the time we also weren't able to cast it. We were not able to cast Bjorn versus Percival. The reasoning for this is because, if you remember, last week there was an issue when it came to the game version, when it came to the game itself. Last week there was a patch that was released. There was like a hotfix patch released on EU and NA, not in Korea, so the versions of the game was different from region to region, so we actually couldn't go to the Korean region and we couldn't cast the upper semis last week. Now the Korean version has been patched and now we can cover it, but that's why last week we failed, or we were just unable to cast Bjorn versus Percival. But this week that's not the case. This week we can cast. Let's go. Let us go. We can cast, we can cover them. Veto's on the way. And we'll soon have our next series. Soon have.